In this tutorial, guys, we're going to draw our vertical, horizontal, and diagonal members for our Pratt or a Howe Truss bridge. So let's get started. So what you want to do is you're going to go and create a copy of your Warren Truss bridge. We're going to use most of the components of this to make our Pratt or our Howe Truss bridge. So I've already done that. I've just gone right click, make copy or copy workspace. But if you need to do it again, and I'm just going to rename it. So this, I'm going to make a Howe Truss bridge, and I'll get rid of all this. All right, so as you can see, we've got all of our components still and our sketches. So I'm just going to jump into our previous document that we're working in. And so as you can see, I've drawn a Howe Truss bridge. I've calculated the distance between our nodes and our different lengths. But now I've also gone further down onto that second page and I've calculated the distance for the horizontal members, the diagonal members. So VM, vertical member, horizontal member, diagonal member. And as you can see, we've got all our numbers just there. So we're going to actually just put them in and create a couple of new members inside of our bridge in Onshape here. So what you need to do is you're just going to copy the actual the member sketch that you've got here, and we're going to just change it. So if you can't remember, we can just open that up, double clicking it, and it'll bring it into our sketch. You want to click front view, and you can see now we just want to double check everything. So remember, our hole is 2.4 in diameter. It comes up 2.6 from the bottom here, and then it's in the center of our member. And basically we just need to make a copy of this, and then we're going to change our numbers and then just make sure everything is where it needs to be. Okay, so I'm just going to close that sketch for a second. I'm just going to make sure I can hide any sketches I've got at the moment. You can see this one, I need to hide it. So I've got a clean surface. I'm going to hover above member. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy sketch, and then I'm going to create a new sketch. So click create, select the front plane just there, and I'm going to paste, go Control V, and that'll paste in our previous member. We're going to then change these numbers. So I'm going to go back into my document. I'm going to start with the vertical member. So you can see VM vertical member equals 103 millimeters. Go into here, zoom in, double click on the dimension, change that to 103, and now that has actually extended the length of that member. And you can see our numbers down here, the distance between the holes hasn't changed. Now that's quite important. You just need to make sure they are all good. We're going to change our name. So come up to the little pencil icon, click that, and we're going to call this vertical member. Now remember, it's really important to name clearly. Once we're done, we click off, and now you can see it says vertical member. That's what that is. Last stage, we just hover above extrude, click that, and we want to make this a new part, solid, new, and again, this is going to be made out of 3mm ply, so 3mm, enter, and as you can see there, we've got our piece. We want to rename that. So I'm just going to abbreviate, so VM, extrude, just to keep it nice and simple. Once you're done, click the little tick. So you've got your vertical member just there, and we just need to do that or replicate that for our horizontal and our diagonal. The same thing. So we can, remember, hide this. We don't no longer need the part. So as you can see, it comes down here as part number 7 for me. I'm going to rename that as well. So right click, rename, vertical member. And then I'm just going to hide it because I no longer want it. I'm going to go back to my front view, go back to the original member just here, the sketch. Remember the one with the little pencil. Again, copy sketch, right click, copy sketch, and then click the sketch icon. As it says, select sketch plane, done. And now Control V and just paste it in. So once we've got that, we just need to change our dimension. So go back in. We're going to go to the horizontal member. So that's HM. So it's for me, it's 55. I'm going to double click the length, change that to 55, hit enter. And as you can see, our numbers still haven't changed because we've got the correct constraints on there. So they're staying as they were. If for some reason your circle has moved or it stayed way up here out of the way, you just need to make sure you put a dimension in. See how it says 2.65? Can't remember how to dimension. Click the dimension tool up here. Go from the center of the circle to the edge, change that to 2.65. All right, so again, we just need to rename this. So this is our horizontal sketch or horizontal member. And I'll put sketch in just to keep it simple. And I've just clicked off it, so I just need to double click in and I need to extrude that part. So I'm in the horizontal member sketch, you can see it's just there. I need to go up here, click extrude. Again, make sure it's solid, new, change that to 3. Once you're done, hit the green tick, and that's our next member done. Come down here into our parts list, rename that, and that's our horizontal member. And then we've got our final one. Oh, I'll just rename the extrude as well. HM extrude. Final one, again, I'm going to hide everything. I don't need to see anything. Right click that original member, copy sketch. It's the same process. We're going to go sketch, select the plane, Control V, paste it in, check your document. My diagonal member is 123. So I'm going to double click on that 100 just there, change that to 123, hit enter, and that is done. Lastly, just name it. Diagonal member, sketch, and then you can hit the green tick, but that just exits the sketch. Remember, we're finished with the sketch, so as you can see, it's done. But the last thing is you just need to make sure you're in that sketch, double clicking it, so you got the little icon here, and then click extrude. Change that to 3, rename it. So this is DM or diagonal member extrude. Click the tick, and then you've got the final thing, rename the part. So this was our diagonal member. So we've just finished drawing our vertical, horizontal, and diagonal members, and they are ready to go and assemble.